AOC, you can go and try and explain this one away, but I think you've effectively been caught on tape saying exactly what is incriminating. The fact that you're out there trying to defend people that you believe are your constituents who really aren't. I mean, we can have that debate all day long, but the federal government does have control over who is in this country. They have control over the borders. And so you trying to explain it away on one NPR is not going to work.
You had a recent dispute, if that's the right word, with Tom Homan, the president's Homeland Security czar, so-called. You held an online forum, a Know Your Rights forum, that he didn't like. What were you doing? What was your goal as you saw it?
My job is to educate and act as a liaison of critical information to my constituents. And I was informing all of my constituents of their constitutional protections, and in particular, their constitutional protections against illegal search and seizure in the United States.
Takes him a minute.
Holman was upset, I suppose, because he felt that you were giving advice to people who were here illegally. Were you?
I was giving advice to all of my constituents. Yeah.
He said he was going to report you, or even that he did reach out to the Department of Justice. Have you heard from the Department of Justice?
I have not, and I intend on reaching out to the Department of Justice to inquire.
Really? What would your question be for the Department of Justice?
Well, there is a member of the Trump administration who is threatening and seeks to open an inquiry, and are you going to do it?
That would be Tom Homan.
What would you learn? What do you hope to learn from that exchange?
I think it's important to know where this administration stands and if they intend on using political intimidation to silence their critics.
Well, I think she's pretty nervous now. I think that, when you add all this up, one, she could be in a lot of trouble, serious ethical trouble, because of some of the accounting or lack of accounting that's being done on her campaign or within her office. You combine that with her complete flagrant disregard for the actual law, where she's more concerned about the quote-unquote constituents that are not here in the country legally. It all adds up to problems for one AOC. And I think that these problems are not going to be going away for her anytime soon. I'm, again, looking at some of your comments. Hello, good to have you guys all here. And let me see, Unc Andy, who had a funny comment just saying, that she's always been sort of a bit on the shady side. I'm laughing about that. I don't know. I think that the woman is, when we say shady, I do think that there's a hunger there from some of these political representatives that suggests that they're willing to say and do anything in order to get themselves elected. Don't forget what she was doing with Tom Bowman, who, by the way, didn't get elected. Some people have joked that, all those dance lessons must have been so she could go run around stage. Remember when she was doing all that crazy dancing on stage with that guy who was the alarm puller? Remember how he pulled the fire alarm because he didn't want to have a vote on the budget? I mean, it's like we're in 5th grade or something. And he never went to jail for that one. He absolutely should have, in my estimation. Absolutely, positively should have. But I think that, the charm is wearing off because people are getting kind of sick of all that she is about. And I think even the Democrat Party has realized they can't deliver Hispanics now. And certainly AOC is not doing them any good at all. Quick shout out from one of our great sponsors here on the show. I was looking at gold today. It's up. Hey, the market all turned around now, didn't it? We have to talk about that, all on that CPI number. Turns out that Trump's policies are kind of working after all. What is CNN going to do? We will discuss. But in the meantime, if you're somebody who is worried about the future, if you're worried about inflation, if you just want to make sure that you have some stability in your portfolio for the next however many years, I do recommend gold as part of a well-diversified portfolio. And our friends over at American Heart for Gold can help you out. Just go to trishlovesgold.com. Up to $15,000 in free silver with qualifying offers. You can text Trish to 65532. Call them at 1-844-495-1115. Wow. So AOC is in the hot seat, and I think she's going to remain there for a while. We'll find out whether or not there's anything really illegal going on.